Good evening, Felianori. Only a couple more sleeps till you guys are back in Canada, and that is very exciting for tonight. It sounds like it's bedtime, so I've got a Spidey story for this evening. The Spidey story that I have is called The Fantastic Five? Wait, I thought it was supposed to be The Fantastic Four. Let's read a little bit more and figure out what is going on with this story. Here we go. As often happened on Mondays, but never Wednesdays, Peter Parker found himself fighting hand to hand, with the nefarious Dr. Octopus. Seriously, Otto, how long does it take you to clean up for dinner? He joked as he dodged attack after attack. Long enough to learn how to truly get the drop on you, Doc Ock cackled. Peter evaded one tentacle but was slammed with another, and this was no ordinary tentacle. Dr. Octopus had attached a sinister syringe to the end. In a flash, Otto injected Spider-Man with a mysterious silver liquid. Suddenly, Peter's vision blurred, and his head started to spin. Peter needed to see a doctor, and not the kind with mechanical limbs. Spider-Man realized he was losing his grip. Lucky for Spidey, the Fantastic Four had just thwarted one of Mole Man's many invasion attempts, which also happened on Mondays, and were speeding through the air below. Doc Ock quickly made his escape as the Fantastic Four flew close to catch a falling Spider-Man. Need a lift, Ben? The Thing, Grimm asked as he caught Spider-Man. Reed, he looks ill, the Invisible Woman told her husband. You're right, Sue, Mr. Fantastic told his wife. We'd better get him back to my lab. Peter woke, strapped to a medical table. He was groggy, sore, and powerless, but relieved to see that he was in good hands. Am I going to make it, Doc? Peter asked Mr. Fantastic and the rest of the Fantastic Four. Octavius didn't inject you with a virus or bacteria, Reed began. We found tiny nano-octobots in your bloodstream. We think he's trying to shut down your Spidey powers, Sue added. Otto's always gotten under my skin, but this time this is ridiculous, Spidey coughed. Herbie, Reed called out, the Fantastic Four's assistant. Activate the Fantastiray. This will make us shrink down so we can go inside your blood and battle the nano-octobots, Reed explained to Peter, and in a flash of light, the Fantastic Four were gone. Aboard the Fantastic Car, the Fantastic Four explored the almost alien world, dodging blood cells and zapping germs, until they found the dangerous nano-octobots. They were harming Peter from the inside. Time to flame on, Johnny said, ready for action. No, not here, Mr. Fantastic yelled. He couldn't chance Johnny turning into the Human Torch inside Peter's blood. He quickly stretched his arm and grabbed Johnny before he could flame on. We're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, with our wits and our fists, Reed said. Then, it's clobberin' time, the Thing shouted as the Fantastic Four launched into battle. Back in the lab, alarms sounded as Doc Ock breached the Baxter's building's defenses and burst into the lab. I'd hoped my machines would send you to your doom, Dr. Octopus growled, but without the Fantastic Four to protect you, I'll get to finish you off myself. They're closer than you think, Spidey replied as he stumbled away from Octavius. Spidey needed his powers back, and fast. Meanwhile, Sue Storm trapped the last robot inside of one of her force bubbles, then crushed it to pieces. She and the team then gathered the rest of the wreckage. The last thing Peter needed was tiny robot parts sloshing around in his veins for the rest of his life. Suddenly, the world around them shook. Herbie, Reed shouted into his communicator. Activate the Fantastiray and get us out of here. Spider-Man's in trouble. You got that right, Spider-Man's voice responded over the radio, but Herbie is a little tied up right now. How do you feel, Spider-Man? Doc Ock asked, ready to crush the hero. But with the nanobots now defeated, Peter's powers slowly began to return. He couldn't help but smile underneath his mask. Spider-Man sprung into action and webbed Doc Ock to the wall, then vaulted for the Phantasta-Ray controls. "I feel amazing!" Spidey exclaimed. With a blinding flash of light, the Fantastic Four were transported from within Peter's blood and returned to their normal size. "Can I flame on now?" an excited Johnny asked. "Be my guest," said Spider-Man with a smile. "Those webs won't hold Doc Ock for long." United, Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four easily defeated the evil Dr. Octopus. Later that morning, the Fantastic Four treated Peter to breakfast. Peter toasted the heroes. "Thanks for everything. I feel great." Suddenly, Johnny crinkled his nose and shut his eyelids tight and let loose a tremendous sneeze. "I think I might be coming down with something, and I swear it isn't a case of nano-Octobots," Johnny wheezed. "No, but it just might be the common cold," Reed considered. "Anyone up for another fantastic voyage?" Sue asked. "Except, maybe now," Peter cut in, "Spider-Man gets to shrink down to size to the Phantasta-Ray." The end. Only a couple more sleeps till you guys are back in Canada. I hope you're having a great time over in New Zealand. Sweet dreams. I love you both. Talk to you later.